This is Valerie, and today we're doing a tutorial for the sunflower box card. Advice from a sunflower. This is a card that comes with several printable quotes, and it's all advice, like feed the birds, keep on the sunny side, spread seeds of happiness, bloom, blossom, grow, hold your head high, think big, be outstanding in your field, and this one, keep your face toward the sun. So what we'll do is first I'll show you. I've got all of the parts laid out according to the layers. So here's the back of the card with all the layers for that, then the back insert, and then the next one is the front insert. And then this is the very front of the card. What I've done is I did go ahead on these 3 card pieces. I went ahead and put the layers on. They're already attached, but I'll show you, how I do that here. And this is the back of the card. One thing I'll note is I'm going to put the layers here for the inside when the cards are folded up, but then I'm going to flip this over and put the side panels on the back of the card, because once the card is folded to create the box, and when those are up, then you want the panels to be on the outer sides. So we'll start with that and get my glue out here. We'll start by putting all these layers on. And as you're attaching the layers, putting them on, they're all going to have, you can see the slight border so that you can see the paper underneath, and it gives it that nice decorative touch. Okay, so now we've got the back on this piece. We are going to flip it over, and then we'll do these layers, the side layers. Try not to get crazy with the glue. Okay, so that part's formed, and when we go to fold this, we're going to fold these sides forward, and then there's some tabs right here. We're going to fold those because this is what we will be attaching the very front of the card to, are these 2 tabs. So I'll go ahead and put the sunshine on. The sunshine here, I cut it out of yellow glitter. This is optional. You could do this card without this big round sunshine if you wanted. And then I'm going to put on the green leaves. Actually, I think I'm going to ink a little bit of the edges on these leaves. I've been using these makeup brushes to be doing my inking. I find it pretty handy. Okay, just ink that just a little bit, and then I'm going to give it just a slight pinch. Give it a little bit of shape. And then I'm going to glue this right to the very center here. I think I'll only glue half of these leaves, because that way part of it might pop up a little bit and give it a little bit of dimension. And this stem is going to be placed right at the bottom, And then pinch those down. And then we'll go ahead and assemble the sunflower for this. These have already been shaded. I'll show you on the next sunflower how I shade them. And for these, I just barely give it a little bit of a bend because it is going to be going in an envelope. So I want a little bit of shape, but not too much. So put a little bit of glue in the middle there. When I attach the petals, I stagger them so that one of the petals is in between the other two, and it gives it a little fuller look. And then the centers of the flower. First you put on the brown, the dark brown. And then the top layer that gives the seed, makes it look like there's big giant seeds for the sunflower. Put that on there. And then we'll just attach it to here. Okay, so that back layer is all ready to go. And I'll set it over here. And then we're going to work on the back insert. And the panels have already been added here. And I will do the same, give it a little bit of color to the leaves on this. Doesn't take much. Put this down first. And this is going to line up with the cutout on the card, so you know exactly where to put it. Put it right there. And then the very edge of the leaf will line up with that cut shape. And these tabs on this insert, on the back insert, these are going to fold backwards, and we'll show you why when we assemble. Okay, I'm going to shade the center of the sunflower here, and instead of going around and trying to do the outside of the petal, I found it was easier, again, with the makeup brush. And I also use a piece of paper underneath so I don't get it all over the place. I just set it on a piece of scrap paper, and then I just rub the middle, some pink or an orange, and it gives some dimension and color to the center of the flower. Okay. And again, we're going to do some shaping. On the back layer, I'm going to curl the petals back a little bit. On the front layer, I turned it over because I'm going to curl the petals forward. Put a little bit of glue in the middle. Attach this layer of petals and making sure it's offset a little so that it gives the fullness to the flower. Then we'll add the center. And the seed layer. Okay, so now I'm going to add this to this spot right here. You might want to pick this up and turn it over to get the right placement. Push that on there and then set this aside and let it dry. And then we'll assemble the front insert. And again, we're going to do the leaf. Pinch out a little bit. And glue it to this. This flower is already assembled, so we'll go ahead and attach it. Again, it is kind of handy to turn this over. Get a little bit of the placement there. This flower is actually an extra flower that you can add here. You could add it on the front. After I had done the first one, I decided I wanted one more sunflower, so I kind of like it right here. But you actually could put it anywhere you like. Okay, so there we have the front insert, and now we're going to do the front of the card. And here, the first thing, we're going to add the quote here to the front, because the flower layers are going to go on top, and we don't want to interfere with the flower layers. So put that there. And again, we'll get these a little bit of pinch of green on the edges. Okay, and on these, we're going to line up the flowers to these little spots here. So you can turn it over. Same with this one. And then I'm going to tuck in the leaves, and on these, put a little bit of glue on the back there. And I like to use my tweezers because this is so small. Kind of slide it in, tuck it in there. Get a nice placement. Tuck in this one. I'm going to pick this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now we have that done. Okay, now we are ready to assemble this whole thing together. And what we want to do is we're going to start with the back insert. And on this one, we're going to take this edge, we're going to line it right up along here. I'm going to put some glue on here and fold this over because that'll be perfectly lined up, and I know it'll fold flat. I'm doing it this way. Okay, so it's lined up along the bottom. It's lined up along here, along this edge, and I just fold it over. And you can see that that works. And so I'm going to do the same on this side. I've got it flat. It's flat along the edge. Put some glue along here and then fold this side over. Hold that down, let that glue dry just a little bit. And now we're going to do the front insert. And when I do the front insert, we're going to try and do it the same on both sides. So what I'm going to do is, you know, this tab is going to fold up to hold the front of the card. So I'm going to put the glue on the back here. I'm going to have this pushed up, and I'm going to tuck this right in, right along the edge. This is straight along the bottom, and this will line up right here. And then I fold this tab over to make sure I've got it right where I want it. So that side's dry. Then I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to do the same on this side. Push this down, fold that flap over. And I check it. I can see that, yep, it's going to close. And now I'm ready to attach the front of the card. So I found the easiest way is lay this all flat, have these two tabs facing each other. This one is folded over, and I'm running the glue on there. Whoops, run the glue on this one. And then attach the front, and the edges are going to line right up. And again, even along the bottom. And that's all attached. And so this will fold down nicely to tuck in the card, and when the person gets it, they can open it up. And it's a pretty display on their shelf. There you go. We've got 2 cards going now. I'm going to have to mail one to somebody. Well, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.